Al-waqt, Mastering the Present Moment, Rumi, Mindfulness, and the Sufi Path to Peace. Assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sufi Essence. In our modern world, we live in a constant state of hurry. We are perpetually caught between the regrets of the past and the anxieties of the future. Our phones buzz with notifications, our minds race with to-do lists, and our hearts often feel a profound sense of restlessness, a deep longing for a peace that always seems just out of reach. We have become masters of living everywhere but here, and a slave to every time but now. But what if the key to true peace, to joy, and to a profound connection with Allah lies not in finding more time, but in mastering the single, sacred moment you are in right now? Today, we will embark on a transformative journey into the spiritual discipline of mastering the present moment. We will explore the timeless Sufi concept of Al-waqt, or the now, and find a powerful and practical guide in the poetry and teachings of the great master, Rumi. We will also draw a bridge between this ancient spiritual wisdom and the modern practice of mindfulness, revealing how both are a path to a single sacred goal: to find the profound and eternal peace that exists in every single breath. This is a lecture on how to find peace not by escaping your life, but by embracing every single moment of it. Part 1. The modern distraction versus the Sufi way. Let us begin by acknowledging the state of our modern world. We are living in an era of unprecedented distraction. Our technology is designed to pull our attention in a million different directions, fragmenting our focus and making it nearly impossible to be fully present. Our minds are constantly creating a narrative of what-if scenarios, pulling us into a future that may never arrive or a past that we can no longer change. This state of constant mental chatter and emotional turmoil is the primary cause of our modern-day anxiety and restlessness. The Sufi masters, living in a world far simpler than ours, understood this problem centuries ago. They saw the ego nafs as the source of this distraction. The ego, they taught, is a master storyteller, constantly weaving tales of regret about the past and fear about the future. It is a tireless architect of a world that does not exist. A world that is always in a state of almost, or if only. The Sufi path, therefore, is a path of dismantling this narrative. It is a path of training the mind to be a servant to the heart, rather than a master that constantly pulls it away from the only moment that truly exists: the present. The Sufi ideal is not to be a master of many tasks, but to be a master of one moment. To be so fully present in the act of drinking a cup of water, or speaking a kind word, or walking on the earth, that the entire universe is contained within that single action. It is to find the eternal within the temporal, to find the divine within the mundane. This is the first and most crucial step in the journey to mastering the present moment. Part 2. Rumi's Philosophy of the Present. There is no greater guide to the power of the present moment than the great Persian mystic, Rumi. His poetry is a vibrant and passionate call to awaken from the slumber of time and to live in the eternal now. For Rumi, the past and the future are illusions that distract us from the profound reality of the present. He famously wrote, "The past and the future are nothing but a dream. Let us not waste our time in dreams." Rumi's philosophy of the present is deeply rooted in his experience of divine love. For him, the beloved or Allah is not in the past or in the future. The beloved is here now, in this very moment. He taught that all of reality is contained in the eternal now, and that our separation from this reality is a product of our ego's addiction to the illusion of linear time. He wrote, "This moment is all there is," a powerful and direct statement that cuts through the fog of our modern distractions. The spiritual freedom that Rumi found was a freedom from the tyranny of time. He was no longer a slave to his regrets or his anxieties. He lived every moment with a profound sense of presence, seeing the face of Allah in every experience, in every joy and in every sorrow. His poetry is a testament to the fact that when we master the present moment, we do not lose our life. We find it, and in finding it, we find Allah. His call is a call to a life of radical presence, a life that is so rooted in the now that it transcends the limitations of time itself. Part 3. The Science of Mindfulness and Muraqaba. Rumi's ancient wisdom finds a powerful echo in the modern practice of mindfulness. In recent decades, neuroscience and psychology have given us a scientific understanding of what happens in the brain when we focus our attention on the present moment. Studies have shown that mindfulness, or the practice of non-judgmental awareness, has a profound effect on our brain. It strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for rational thought and focus, and it helps to shrink the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for fear and anxiety. The Sufi practice of Muraqaba, or meditative contemplation, is the spiritual predecessor to modern mindfulness. While mindfulness is often secular, its practice of present moment awareness is identical to the Sufi discipline of quiet observation. In Muraqaba, the seeker sits in silence and watches their thoughts, their emotions, and their physical sensations without getting attached to them. They see the thoughts of the ego come and go like clouds in the sky, and they realize that they are not the thoughts, but the vast sky in which the thoughts appear. The scientific and spiritual benefits of this practice are one and the same. Both mindfulness and Muraqaba are a path to a quiet mind and a peaceful heart. They are a way of creating a gap between the stimulus and the response, a space where we can choose to act from a place of peace rather than react from a place of fear. They are a practical method for dismantling the ego's narrative and for creating a state of inner peace that is independent of our external circumstances. Part 4. The practice of Dhikr and the rhythm of now. While mindfulness and Muraqaba are powerful tools for observation, the Sufi path offers an even more potent practice for mastering the present moment. Dhikr, or the remembrance of Allah. If Muraqaba is a passive form of presence, Dhikr is an active, rhythmic, and embodied form of presence. It is the practice of consciously bringing the name of Allah into the heart and the mind, and allowing its sound and its meaning to fill our being. The rhythmic repetition of a divine name, such as Allah, or Allah, Allah, is a powerful tool for grounding our consciousness in the current moment. The sound and the vibration of the divine name act as an anchor, preventing the mind from drifting into the past or the future. It is a constant and gentle reminder that Allah is here now. It is a spiritual act of submission where we tell the ego to be silent so that the heart can speak. Dhikr is also a key to a profound sense of peace. As the Quran says, "Verily, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." Quran 13:28. The restless heart, which is constantly running from the present, finds its ultimate rest in the remembrance of its Lord. The practice of Dhikr is not just a prayer, it is a way of life. It is the art of turning every breath into a conscious act of remembrance, of making every moment a sacred act of presence. It is the rhythm of the cosmos itself, the constant and harmonious vibration of all of creation returning to its source. Part 5. From Presence to Peace. The ultimate fruit of mastering the present moment is a profound and unshakable sense of inner peace, a state that the Quran calls sakina. This peace is not just the absence of conflict, it is a divine quality, a state of profound contentment and tranquility that is a gift from Allah to a heart that has found its rest in Him. When we are no longer slaves to the past or anxious about the future, we are free to fully experience the beauty and the sorrow of the present. We can drink in the taste of a cup of tea. We can feel the warmth of the sun on our skin. We can listen with a quiet heart to the words of a loved one. We no longer see these moments as a means to an end, but as a sacred end in themselves. The peace we find is not dependent on our external circumstances. It is an internal state that remains even in the midst of a storm. This is the promise of Rumi's poetry and the Sufi path. It is the promise that true peace is not found by escaping our lives, but by embracing them with a profound sense of presence. It is the promise that the eternal is found in the temporal, the divine is found in the mundane, and the vastness of the universe is found in a single sacred moment. Part 6. The present moment as a gift. The present moment is the most precious gift from Allah, a window to eternity. It is the only time that truly exists. The past is a memory, the future is a possibility, but the present is the only reality we have been given. Every breath is a gift, every sunrise is a gift, and every moment is a unique and unrepeatable opportunity for a divine connection. The Sufi master understands this truth and lives every moment with a profound sense of gratitude and sacredness. He does not waste a single moment on regret or anxiety, for he knows that in doing so, he is wasting the most precious gift of all. He lives in a state of constant prayer, not because he is constantly speaking to Allah, but because his entire life is an act of presence and remembrance. His heart is a temple, and every moment is an offering. This is the ultimate mastery of the present moment. It is to see the moment not as a burden to be endured, but as a blessing to be cherished. It is to find the sacredness in the ordinary, the eternal in the temporal. It is to live a life that is so full of presence that there is no room for the distractions of the past or the anxieties of the future. Part 7. Conclusion. The journey to mastering the present moment is a journey to mastering ourselves. It is a journey from the restless mind to the peaceful heart. We have explored this profound path through the lens of Rumi's wisdom, the science of mindfulness, and the sacred practice of Dhikr and Muraqaba. In this lecture, we have learned how the modern world and the ego conspire to pull us from the present, how Rumi's philosophy of the now is a guide to spiritual freedom, the scientific and spiritual benefits of Muraqaba and mindfulness, the rhythmic power of Dhikr as an anchor to the present moment. The ultimate fruit of this journey, the profound inner peace of Sakina. The path to peace is not in finding more time, but in mastering the sacred moment you are in right now. It is a journey of a lifetime, and it begins with a single conscious breath. May Allah grant us all the grace to live in His presence in every single moment, now and always. Watch, reflect, and share. Subscribe to our channel for more beneficial content.